Steve, you're live.
Yeah. Good morning, Commissioners. The purpose of this public hearing today, under the Pennsylvania Municipalities Planning Code Act, the county has to adopt a comprehensive plan every 10 years to promote and do development. This morning we have Hannah Clark, who is our consultant for Michael Baker, who will do a brief presentation, an overview of the plan, and then we can open it up to the public for any comment, and we'll go from there. Hannah?
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Steve, and good morning, Commissioners. Thank you so much for having us here today to present on the plan. I'm going to now share my screen, and I'll just confirm that you can all see it.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So thank you again. As Steve said, my name is Hannah Clark. I am a consultant with Michael Baker International, who is the contracted consultant to facilitate this comprehensive plan update. I'm also joined today in the meeting by my colleague, Brian Funkhouser, who led the long-range transportation plan, which was adopted by the MPO in February 2021, as well as my colleague, Chris Urbasco, who provided public engagement support and many other aspects of the plan. So if questions come up, we'll also have those folks here to speak to it. So as Steve said, today we want to just briefly walk you through the final planning document. As you're likely well aware, the document has gone through the required 45-day public comment period. I know it's been available via the Lackawanna County website for folks to review and provide comment. So just very briefly, in terms of what is comprehensive planning, this is an overall framework for the region. As you, again, are all well aware, this is a bi-county regional comprehensive plan. So we worked very closely with your colleagues over in Luzerne County to create a plan and a vision for the region. And this will serve as a structure and a guiding document for local municipal comprehensive plans. So again, this is really taking into account the many factors that transcend local boundaries, economic development, land use, transportation, environmental conservation. And so this plan provides the vision and the broad goals, and then things like your zoning ordinance and other things in the municipal level will operationalize the plan. So this plan is an update to the bi-county regional plan that was adopted 10 years ago. So you have continued in the style of collaborating with your county partners. Again, this is really a document that will provide that guidance, and it corresponds and is complementary to the long-range transportation plan, which was adopted by the Lackawanna Luzerne MPO in February of 2021. So just to give a very brief overview, so this plan came about through a robust public engagement process. As you can see here, the beginning of the plan and the initiation of public engagement did correspond with the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic. So something unique about this plan is it mainly took place virtually when we think about the community coming together and giving their feedback. But our team working alongside both counties and county staff were able to develop a very robust and very interactive public engagement process. And I'll show you a few stats from there. But basically, as you can see, it was a 5-step process where we did a baseline analysis, identified issues and opportunities, began to identify those policies and goals, completed the plan development, and now, as you can see, over the past few months, we've been in the adoption process. I will say Luzerne County did adopt the plan by their county council, so this is the parallel process that you are going through today. So just very briefly, in terms of public engagement, there was, again, a very robust engagement in the virtual space from this plan, and that informed the document that you're reviewing and hopefully adopting today. So items that informed the recommendations: a regional survey was open for a few months. It garnered almost 600 responses, and we saw a lot of interest in the economy and jobs aspect of the comprehensive planning process. And when we think about land use and how this guides future land use in the region, top strategies included retaining college graduates, revitalizing downtowns, and increasing trail connections. We also facilitated a series of virtual focus group meetings, which helped us add additional context and also identify some of the specific recommendations around the areas of land use and housing, natural resource protection, recreation and land preservation, active transportation and transit, and freight. And again, because our comprehensive plan process was done in conjunction with the long range transportation plan, there were overlaps there in the transportation planning space. Finally, there was a virtual community forum and steering committee meetings that happened on a monthly basis to inform the process. So what did this lead to? And again, the plan itself has a lot of information. You'll see the guiding policies that are informed by action. The plan has, as we discussed, a lot of that baseline information: where is the region now? And then the regional policies that you'll see in a few slides where we want to go. But obviously, one of the most important and influential aspects of a comprehensive plan for the region is the future land use map. So what's currently up on the screen is the current land use map, and that just basically gives us a sense of how is land being used today, where are we seeing growth, where are there hubs, where is there potentially opportunity for future growth. So when we go to the future land use map, we really are reflective, again, not just of where we want to see development go in the future, but also how do those policies that affect economic growth, that affect transportation, that affect land use and conservation, how do those influence how we create that guiding vision for future land use? And so what came out of the process was really these various levels of growth for the Lackawanna Luzerne County region. We've identified the urban centers, the existing downtowns. Then we've identified in orange the primary growth areas. This often is where the infrastructure already exists for additional growth. You're not going into building new sewers or building new infrastructure to accommodate the growth. So that again is that orange area and really follows the central downtowns of the region. We also identified secondary growth areas, and a way that these were identified was looking at some of the hubs of new development and redevelopment, particularly when we think about the transportation and warehousing and logistics industry. So the secondary growth areas are related to places where we are seeing this type of new growth or redevelopment, and how can we ensure that if we are going to grow into areas where potentially new infrastructure is needed, or maybe it just needs to be extended, that we're still guiding it to preserve and ensure efficient and effective development. And then we have our rural living areas and preservation areas, which you can see are the majority of the land use in the area. And I just want to quickly pause for a moment. I know I've just put out a lot of information, and I have one more slide on our regional policies, but Steve, if you would like to add anything, or commissioners, if you have any questions so far, happy to answer or go back to any of the previous slides.
No.
All right, great. So the final piece of the comprehensive plan is the guiding regional policies. And these are the 10 policies that span the 2-county region and support what that future land use map is envisioning. Discusses housing, growth, natural area preservation, connectivity via the transportation system, as well as trails and greenways, as well as thinking about agricultural preservation and historical preservation. So what has come out of this process is about a 140-page document. I hope you've had the chance to review it. I'm here to answer any questions, and we greatly appreciate the time you've given us to present on the plan today. And hopefully we can see it adopted and implemented in the county soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Hannah.
Thank you.
Commissioners, as Hannah mentioned, in 2012, we did adopt, the county commissioners adopted the regional plan. Again, it was done in conjunction with Luzerne County. This is our third go around in doing this planning process. The first time we did the hazard mitigation plan along with the long range transportation plan and the regional comprehensive plan. It was the first time it was done in the Commonwealth. All three plans done on a bi-county level. So we kind of set a model for the rest of the state when we did it. And this is the follow-up now. Every 10 years, again, under the MPC, we need to adopt an updated plan. So hopefully, if you have any questions, we're here to answer them. If not, we'd like to see the plan put on the agenda for your next meeting for possible adoption.
Okay. The next meeting, I think, is June 15th. Is that right, Commissioner?
16th, I think.
16th?
15th.
Okay. Okay. Well, no, I don't see any issue in doing that. Does anybody?
No, I have no problem.
Commissioner Dominic? You're muted. All right, Steve, we'll figure it out. All right?
Okay.
Yeah,
Again,
thanks.
we did meet the requirements of the 45-day comment period. We actually had 60 days
Okay.
scheduling the meeting, and I only had one email, and it dealt more with bus transit than anything else. So
Yeah, I mean, you know, the newspaper report that we were opposed to the consolidation, that wasn't actually the case. We just didn't think it was in Lackawanna County's best interest at this point. Okay, and there were, you know, a few reasons for that.
yes.
So we'll go forward. And again, thanks, Steve, for all the hard work, and Brenda and everyone. We'll be talking to you soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks. Sorry about that. Bye-bye.
Thank you.